Greetings metalheads and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. I'm George and today I've got another instalment of underrated albums for you. Now, if this giant poster flag behind me isn't quite enough of a giveaway about what I'm going to be talking about today, I am in fact going to be talking about heavy metal legends, Judas Priest, the metal gods, the founding fathers, or certainly one of the founding fathers of what we now know and love to be heavy metal. So many great albums across their career, a very long career with some amazingly influential materials and some fan favourites that have absolutely stood the test of time. However, a few moments which are overlooked or underrated. There's also a couple of moments that we do tend to just forget about altogether, talking about the era with Ripper Owens. But that aside, 2008 saw the release of this album, a concept album clocking in at about an hour and 40 minutes. This is a long double disc concept album based around Nostradamus. Now, if you're not familiar with Nostradamus and the whole tale behind Nostradamus, he was able to see visions and prophecies of the future, the end times to come. So, an interesting, very metal concept. We've got apocalyptic things going on here, vibes of, we've got war, we've got all of these terrible themes. Judas Priest wrote this album, this concept album, after their return to form with Angel of Retribution. This was the follow-up, and a lot of fans do not connect with this album. A lot of fans overlook this album because A, it's a very long album, B, it sounds completely different to anything they've done before, and C, it does not sound like traditional Judas Priest. That said, I personally love this album. There are a lot of people out there who do love this album, but I think that this album is seriously underrated. You cannot listen to this album, go into it, thinking that you are going to be listening to British Steel or Stained Class or Painkiller or even Angel of Retribution. If you approach this album with a fresh pair of ears, don't go into it expecting to hear classic Priest. This album essentially is more of a symphonic power metal album. It's very rare, it's very varied, it's very diverse and dynamic, but it is overall largely symphonic, very, very symphonic. In fact, there's lots of keys and synths and elements going on there, but it's a power metal album. That said, it's still heavy metal. It's still Judas Priest. Rob Halford sounds on top form here, in my opinion. Does a great vocal performance. We've got the full band. We've got the guitar team, the duo, Tipton and Downing. We've also got Ian Hill on bass and Scott Travis on drums. So this is the full band. This is Judas Priest. And I think it sounds great. It's well produced. It's produced by Glenn Tipton and KK Downing, engineered by Richard Wood, and it sounds good. It's got a great sound. So we'll take you through some of the tracks here. You do notice that there are intro or interlude pieces between each of the main songs, certainly for the large part. After Dawn of Creation, the very symphonic intro piece, we've got Prophecy, which is a heavy, ripping, heavy metal track. It's good. It's very different, as I say. It's not classic Priest, but it's heavy. It's got great guitar work. Really great guitar work. In fact, you would expect no less. Rob's vocals are great. Revelations, great song. War is a heavy, heavy moment, actually. Pestilence and Plague, another great track. One of the album highlights is definitely Death, which is a very heavy doom metal track. Some great riffs there. Really a heavy number. Conquest, another good one. Lost Love and Alone are really beautiful pieces. Certainly Lost Love is a ballad piece. It's very emotive, very melancholic piece, but it's a really good song, really good, heavily emotive. Elsewhere, we've got Exiled, another sort of great symphonic moment, very big, you get a lot of very big sounds here. Visions, another good song. The best tracks are probably after Calm Before the Storm, the little intro piece. We've got Nostradamus followed by Future of Mankind. Now those are heavy tracks. They're really good heavy metal ripping tracks. Power metal. That's essentially what this is. So if you do like power metal, if you do like concepts, if this is something that's appealing to you, the idea that you can just put it on, it's almost like a commitment of watching a film. Watching a movie, you put this on, this is an hour and 40 minutes, but it's a whole immersive experience with the intro pieces as well. It's not like you can just, or you can, I suppose, but it's better if you listen to the whole thing and take it entirely in context, rather than picking the best songs throughout the album. You can do that, but it's all part of a wider picture, rather than just taking scenes from a movie, pieces from a puzzle. It works so much better listening to the whole thing as a complete package. So I would say, if you've never heard this before, or maybe you've been put off by the fact that it's Judas Priest doing a concept album, doing a big, heavily embellished power metal album, give it a chance. I know it's a big commitment, but give it the time and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. If for no other reason than Rob's vocals, KK and Downing's guitar work, and just some epic, powerful metal material. Nostradamus, Judas Priest. Are there any other fans out there? I'm interested to know, because I'm a fan. Are you? Thank you very much for watching. Check the album out. Let me know what you think. Feel free to like and subscribe as always. You take care, my friends. Stay heavy.